Welcome back to Dirt Road Diaries with me, Lisa. Today, we're going to talk about this, the game changer. Well, that's what I'm calling it, and by the end of this video, and you get yourself one, you might think the same thing. So what is this? This is the Cybertake S2 Pro. Now, I got this on an Amazon Prime Day deal. Just the unit itself, right around $600. I think now you can get them, they're about $800, a little more than $800. It did not come with the case or the remote control that I got, and we'll go over those two in a minute. But the unit itself is impressive. And I did take a gamble because I tried to do some research and see if there was any other online reviews about this unit. There was only a handful with Amazon, and maybe even less than that, one or two on YouTube. So I took a chance, and boy, I'm glad I did. So we're going to get into it. We're going to start with the exterior, the bag, and the components, and then we're going to do a kind of test and see how it really works. Keep in mind, I'm in my open two-car garage here on a Alabama summer night at, just saying it's 75 degrees in here, but I can tell you the humidity is probably 70 to 75%. So it's that muggy. I think it rained earlier today. So yeah, we got a couple of elements that we're working with and are probably working against us in our review and testing. But hey, that might be to its credit. But I won't hold it against it if it doesn't perform at its top, highest level. That's just circumstance. So with that, let's jump right into it. All right, so looking at the bag, which again was a separate accessory, I do think that they should include at least one or the other, either the remote or the bag. And I would have actually preferred the remote and would have been okay with paying for the bag. But this protective case was about $100. And this one is designed and built specifically for the S2 Pro. Very thick and durable Oxford canvas material. It's got nice zippers with the little zipper pulls on them. So you have these two detachable pouches. And again, you can see the molly webbing on the bag itself. And that is how you attach the separate pouches that do come with the case. You got your two. This one's a little bigger than this one. And again, they both attach the same way. So you got your vent tubes up here. So they didn't actually, maybe it was just a design or form factor consideration, but these are meant to be carried on the exterior. And when I say meant to be, they did include these stretchy clip straps for which you would put your tubes on top of the carry case. You've got your handle, Velcro handle attachment here. Keep the handles together. Nice, good, solid feeling zippers. Inside the bag, you have a single mesh pocket, the whole full length of the upper lid flap, if you will. The inside material has a honeycomb vinyl feel to it. It actually feels pretty solid. It's a little bit of padding in between the two layers, the interior and the exterior. Very well built, very well constructed bag. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling out the accessories first. And this one here, the smaller one, this is where I have the power brick. I'll go over the accessories separately. So right now I'm just going to pull them out and set them down so I can show you what I think is actually a pretty cool and unique feature. And there's your power cable. And then on this side here, so there are two inlet and outlet adapters. One of them I keep attached to the unit because it doesn't actually fit in here. It's a little bit taller than this pouch or that pouch. But here's the other adapter. Got your adapter rings for the inlet and outlet vents, tubing. You've got your drainage tube right there. Here's what I'm going to show you, I think, one of the more unique features of the case itself. You're one person. You're holding the unit with one hand. Again, it's heavy and it's 25 pounds. Awkward, bulky. Trying to put it in this case. It can be challenging. But what they did think about, which I thought was very innovative and very intentional. If you'll notice down here at the bottom, you'll see another set of zippers. You take the zipper, obviously, you'll open the zipper up. It completely goes around to the back corners of the bag here. And what I found to remove it, the easiest way, is to leave the top open here so you can actually grab the handle of the unit, pick it up, flip the bottom out from under it, and now the unit is actually sitting on the surface inside the bag. I also wanted to point out on this bag itself, let me tip it forward a little bit, it does have rubberized feet, 4 of them. So it's got a good surface contact on the bottom. So, you know, it's going to protect the bottom of the case as well. So, again, very intentional, very well thought out construction on this protective case. Now, like I said, we have the bottom open. It makes it so much easier, not just to get it out, but more so to get it in. And we'll do that, of course, at the end of the video. Watch this. And voila, there she is. And there's your bag, bottom's open. You'll set that down there. And here she is in all her beauty. And I say this because, guys, you got to understand, I'm excited to have an air condition. And I know some people might say, oh, you're bougie. I'm bougie all day long. I am a hot-blooded Italian who lives in South Alabama. What was I thinking? But with that said, when it comes to sleeping, that's going to be a whole different ball game for me. I already am hot-natured. I'm a furnace at night. So to not be able to sleep comfortably, that was a deterrent for me wanting to go camping and enjoying the outdoors. Again, game changer. All right, so I'm going to give you some specs on this. This unit is a 4-in-1 heat, AC, dehumidifier, and fan. It has additional eco mode and an eco sleep mode. I think on the head unit and the controller it's identified as an eco plus. And it's got a 24-hour timer. As a heater, it's operating under 6100 BTUs, and it can reach temperatures between 60 and 90 degrees. As an AC unit, it runs at 5100 BTUs, and it runs at temperatures between 60 and 82 degrees. It is Wi-Fi app controlled. You can go online, Google Play Store, or if you use an Apple, you can go and download the specific app to control this from your phone, or for 40 bucks, pick up the wireless remote. Again, this has the top controls with the rubberized grip. They are IPX4 rated, so they're going to be splash and water resistant. It does advertise that it is weatherproof, and I'm going to take a minute here and get it all put together. The overall weight of the unit is about 25.5 pounds. The overall length of it is 18.5 inches. It's about 14 inches tall and about 10 inches wide here. For what it is, that's a very compact, portable size. I believe it even is touchscreen here for the fan speed and the temperature control. You can also use the additional remote control that I feel like it should come with. Personally, for as much as this unit is, the least they could do is throw in the controller, because this isn't actually that expensive. It's about 40 bucks on Amazon. But I mean, for as much as you're paying for this, come on guys, you could have threw this one in there as a Scooby snack, me personally. But I guess the other side is they feel like you could always use your phone with the Wi-Fi app. The remote control is actually a very nice remote control. It has all the features that you have on the on-screen display. But one of the features I'll point out real quick that I do like about this, it's magnetic. And that's a pretty strong magnet. That's, you know, the whole top half here, you got your battery compartment, which this takes 2 AAA batteries. But this whole top half right here is the magnet. The remote's a quality feeling remote, and, you know, I mean, they went and put rubber on the brick. You might could have rubberized the corner, but I guess that's me just being a little nitpicky. But the Wi-Fi app on your phone, you have the additional remote control that you can purchase separately. Keep in mind, what sets this one apart is it is not battery operated. This is a powered unit. So you will need a battery generator or some other source of power, or if you have an inverter that you can plug into. This is a strictly powered unit. Okay, going over some of the included components. Like I said, you have your 4-inch ventilation tube and your 3-inch ventilation tube. And they feel pretty solid. They're a good solid construction. They're not as flimsy as the, I guess, the foil looking ones. They're actually a lot more solid feeling, very flexible. And they just feel like you can pull them apart and push them together without feeling like you're going to tear it. Again, like any other ventilation hose, there's a chance you can tear it. I do wish they were a little bit longer. I have not stretched this all the way out yet, but I do believe this is probably about 4 foot max, and probably the same on this. But it's all going to depend on your application, how much tubing you're going to need. I'm sure you could go and buy another tube, you know, for a longer stretch if you needed to. So these are your 2 ventilation tubes. You've got your power supply, and that's a good shielded cable. They even included this nice branded Velcro wrap. Says Cybertake on it. So again, they really tried to put a lot of thought into even the components and the accessories to make sure that you're getting a quality product. The power brick right here, this is stout. It definitely lives up to its name of being a power brick. Something I've never seen before is it actually has this rubberized skin that protects it from accidental bumps or drops. I mean, I wouldn't suggest dropping this, obviously, but you know, you're not going to hurt the body of this brick if you accidentally, you know, drop something on it or lay it down a little too hard. So I like that. I think that's a added feature that you don't see that really kind of speaks volume to its construction and the thought that was put into the quality of material and workmanship in it. So to even make it even a little bit idiot proof, not that you have much of an option here, this is the output. It says it on the rubber that this is the output and that this is the input. I have read a few reviews. There are only a handful on Amazon, and there have been a few reviews that say this brick gets hot. I can tell you that I've tested it probably not longer than maybe 25 minutes. It got warm. I imagine if it's running all night, it is going to get hot. So what I did do, and I haven't received it yet, is I did purchase a laptop cooling pad for it. So it's got the built-in fan. And I mean, I'll be using this in conjunction with my Blue Eddy here, and it's a USB fan. So I'll just plug the fan in, set the brick on it, and that should help keep it cool, because there is not a fan built into this. And just looking at that, I can see that that may be an issue. This is pulling a lot of power. It says that the input is 240 volt, output 48 volt. So this is going to get hot, I can imagine. So it might be something you might want to consider doing. I want to, of course, protect my investment, and I imagine the power brick, if I had to replace it, would not be cheap. I don't want to replace it. There's your power brick, your power cable. So these are your adapter plates, and this one is a little bit taller than this one, so you can see they are different. This is going to be your air conditioner, your front end. It does just clip right into place. There's little slots right up front here, and then it just clips into place. Same thing with the one here on the back. There's little slots where these little clip feet go into. Just line it up and it clips into place. I don't believe you need both. Just one, whichever one you're using. Of course, the bottom let loose, not the top. So, you know, for the air conditioning purposes, this is going to be your output. Now, this is going to be your, you would say cold air intake, but this is going to be your intake, 3-inch for your outlet for your cold air. You have this unit in your tent or your RV or whatever your application is. You would want the 4-inch vent hose out, obviously, because that's where it's going to blow the hot air out. So, and again, and I imagine, haven't used it as a heater, but we'll get into the specs on this. This is a, like I said earlier, a 4-in-1. So it does air conditioning, heating, dehumidifier, and fan. With that in mind, if you're using it as a heater, I imagine you're going to do the same thing in reverse. This is going to be your output. So this would be in your tent or RV or whatever your application is. And you're going to have your vent out here with your hose venting outwards. So there's your adapter plates, and here's your drainage hose. So again, another quality build. Is very flexible. It's plastic. The adapter ends are rubber, and they just feel very good. You know, again, quality material. I would say, what, 2.5, 3 feet. So that's your vent tube. And on the back side here, 2 drainage holes, I should say, for your drainage. These are your adapter rings, and I will show you, they're actually very easy to put on these tubes. So this is your 4-inch. There's your 4-inch ring. I would say, of course, leave it in its collapsed position here. You'll just take this and very easily it just catches, and there it is. And that's in there. That's right to the very edge of the adapter ring. I'll come around here and show you. It just, these little tabs right here. Line it up. Lock it down. And that's on there. That's not going anywhere. So, very well thought out, well designed product here. And I believe, in my opinion, they use quality materials. So, this is on. I'm going to go ahead and power our unit on. There's your audible alarm telling you just powered it on. You can hear it. It just fired up. You can hear that motor. It'll start spooling. Now, one of the things I did notice, it's a gradual spool. It's not like you're getting a heavy power surge or draw off of your generator. Well, it's set on Eco mode, I believe. Yes, this is on Eco Plus. So let's take that off of Eco. And as you can hear the audible alarms telling you you're switching through the different modes, we now have it on auto mode, which the temperature is set, which it apparently has a memory, because I set this at 72. Out of the box, it was set at 77. So apparently it does have a memory retention on your different modes and the settings that you have it on. So we're at 72, our fan speed, you know, you get 5-bar indicator. So we're going to look over here, and we're at 84%. Our output, again, you can watch it, we're at 243, 236. And I think if we continue to listen, we'll hear it crank up. The draw on that motor and the draw on the generator here. So I really like that that has a gradual pull. It's not just going to slam your generator and pull a hard draw on it and suck up, you know, 1/3 of the power just in getting fired up. And you can hear that compressor and the fan speed, they're picking up now. We're at 82%, so it is pulling a draw, and we're pulling about 330 watts. And the generator's saying at this rate, we've got about 2.5 hours before we're going to drain our generator here. It is now up to maximum power. And again, this is full fan speed, 61 degrees. And we're drawing right at about 500, 505, 507 watts. And probably got about 1.25 hours before we pulled this all the way down. We're at 67%. but I'm here to tell you something. That's cold. That feels good. That's at 61 degrees. All right, so let's kind of check out this eco mode. So we're just going to hit that leaf button right there. And you can hear the difference. You can definitely hear it. It just really became the equivalent of a standing fan in your bedroom. So very, very quiet. Unfortunately, I don't have a decibel meter to do any readings off of, but the temperature is showing 72 degrees. It's a light breeze, you know, I think, so I'm about a good 4 feet away with my hand, and I can still feel the air blowing. So it's still putting out a pretty good push on that air. So I just took the temperature down to 68. I'm going to go ahead and take my temperature gun here and just going to shoot it right there and see what we're putting out. Yeah, I'm getting a solid 70, 70.2. We're at 70 now. Still dropping though. That's a solid 68, 67 and a half degrees right there. So definitely getting the cold factor. And on this eco sleep mode, it's very quiet. Very, very quiet. And just to give you an example, again, I don't have a decibel meter, but I did grab my fan, my battery powered fan that I'll keep in the tent with me, because I do like the airflow and may use these in conjunction to help circulate this air. We're just going to put this right here, take a minute to listen. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can clearly hear the crickets chirping outside. That's how quiet this is. So now we're going to turn on the fan. That's at its low setting. I don't think I can hear or tell a difference between the two. I can hear the fan a little bit more than I can hear the Cybertake. Fan's overpowering the sound of the air condition. And now you can't hear the air condition at all. Sound-wise, I can't see how this wouldn't be a comfortable volume noise level. Very minimal at best. It is putting out 83 watts. And at this rate, we're at 66%, and Blue Eddy is telling us we got 6.9 hours. Remember, we started at 84%. This wasn't fully charged. So I just turned the unit off from, it's operating in eco mode. And it doesn't just shut right off, it just gradually brings itself down, maybe 15 seconds, and then it shuts itself off. This fits the bill and checks all the boxes if you're like me and you want to enjoy 4-season year-round camping, but heat is a deciding factor. With this being an all-electric unit, if you have yourself a battery generator, you're not going to go wrong with this purchase right here. Because again, as I said earlier, this is a 4-in-1. So even on ideal days where the temperature overnight is comfortable and the temperature during the day is comfortable and there's no need really for heat or air, you still have that condensation factor in your tent. And with this having the dehumidifier, that's going to eliminate that moisture in that tent and it's going to pull it out. This is a all-in-one portable unit for year-round camping. So there you have it, real world review in less than ideal conditions, and this thing is well worth every penny. With that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative and it gave you something to consider your air conditioning or heating needs, because you have it all in one here. That's just great. This is not a promotional video. There's no paid promotions in this video. This is truly something that I did my research as much as I could with what resources were available, being that this is still such a fairly new unit to the market. And this would be my 4th time personally testing this unit. It's just how well this unit performs. Its overall build and construction, the thought that was put into the design, and the durability of the components. I'm excited. I know that I'm going to be enjoying year-round camping. And I hope you will too. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Again, I will leave links to this unit to the manufacturer's page, as well as to the link for Amazon. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got a lot of your questions answered as to, is it worth it? And so now I want to show you just how easy it is to pack this thing up, and why I feel like the $100 to spend on the protective carry case is worth it. A, to protect your investment. B, again, they really thought about how to put this in the case one person by yourself. We still have the bottom open from where we took it out. So now we're just going to slip this right over the top, just like that. It slides right down. And then again, just grab it by the handle. Flip the bottom over. And it just sits right there, right, nice and neat. Pull that zipper. And what I do like is there is a little bit of give. And there it is. Fits nice and perfect in there. I do leave that front adapter on just because it's too tall for this bag right here. And just everything fits nice and comfortably in here. There's plenty of room if you needed to add anything. I don't know what you would, but if you needed to, you could. I keep the little bag and put these in there just to keep them from rattling around or getting in a position that they might get broke. And that is the other thing. If you do go on Cybertake's website, you can purchase replacement parts. That's always a good thing. Not everybody believes that you should be able to buy replacement parts. A lot of times they want you to just buy a whole new unit. Oh, I'm sorry, for as much as I spent on this one, you know, these little, you know, $20 or $40 or $50 parts shouldn't be a make it or break it deal for me. Everything fits nice and comfortably. It's not too snug. There's room for any additional accessories you might have or you might need. And there you have it. The Cybertake S2 Pro in its own very well-built, well-designed case. Again, I think this is my favorite feature, the fact that the bottom unzips and it makes it easier to get in and out of this case. I 100%, myself personally, I'm very glad I made the investment. So if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I will leave a link to this unit, both for its homepage and as well the link for Amazon in the description. And hopefully you'll find this a game changer for you as well. Until next time, happy trails, be safe.